Hello, and welcome to the second Some Songs I Have Stolen. Thank you for watching. The idea behind these videos is to take one of my songs and to show how, like practically every songwriter in the world, a little bit of thieving lies behind it. And so this week's recipient of my homage is the great Hoagy Carmichael, writing from the late 20s through to probably about the 40s or 50s. Wonderful, unforgettable songs that he wrote with other people, and also he wrote songs and lyrics himself, melody and lyrics himself. So the way it works is I'm going to play one song, a song that I wrote, and then we're going to look at its antecedents, where it's come from, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Hoagy Carmichael. And then I'll end up playing one of the great Hoagy's songs myself. So it's a miserable grey day outside, and this is a very inappropriate song to sing, except to cheer us up, because it was written in extreme heat in Australia, and it's a song about lazing around. And every songwriter eventually writes a song about lazing around, probably because songwriters spend a lot of their time sitting on sofas just fiddling around with guitars, and they end up saying, what should I write about? Oh, I know, here's one. I'll write about sitting around on playing the guitar. So this is my lazing song, and it was written in Australia, and it's called 40 Degrees. 40 degrees, 40 degrees. That fat old sun's got the world on its knees, but I'm still going strong. Gonna keep on playing all day long. An old guitar, a cheap cigar. With these two things a guy can go far, if he's just left in peace with these 40 degrees. You may say I'm wasting my time, you may claim I underperform, but taking things slow, that's no crime. It's the calm before the storm. This world is rough, but I'll hang tough. Gonna work it all out if I'm here long enough. Under this deep blue sky, I'll work out the reason why. That big old lion taking a snooze after his jungle feast. His eyes may be closed, but you'd be wise to know he's still the king of the beast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 40 degrees. You can run, you can hide, you can do what you please. I'll get my day's work done under that fat old sun. I'll get my day's work done under that fat old sun. So that was 40 Degrees. It was so influenced by Hoagy Carmichael that actually, unwittingly, I left in a phrase that I get my day's work done. That is straight from, I think, from Lazybones. And it was only when a friend of mine pointed out, he asked me if it was a special sort of tribute to Hoagy Carmichael. Oh, I think I better cut that out. And basically, I love Hoagy Carmichael's tunes. I love his vibe. There are some songwriters who can just convey a mood with their songs and with their voice. I love Hoagy singing his songs much more than anybody else singing his songs. And some of them can't do it. I mean, last week's tribute to Paul Simon, I wouldn't say he was, but someone like James Taylor is. It's a sort of gift, and he had that vibe, that mellow vibe, and the way he sings things, I slightly gets a little hint of cynicism there, which is I love. And of course, he was the poet of laziness. He was the great. He wrote lazy bones sitting in the sun. When you get together, day's work done. And he also wrote, up a lazy river how the ocean runs, the lazy, lazy river in the noonday sun, sitting in the shade of a fine old tree. Won't you dream with me? So he's done lots of Lazybone type songs, and I think his songs have affected me in that they're just a perfect, some of them are just perfect fusion of music and mood. It's always got a tug of wit. I love songwriters who've got this little tug of wit about them, even when they're romantic. There's a little bit of humour in there. Wonderful tunes. But above all, in a way that I don't think very few modern songwriters can manage, he gets that mellow vibe, that idea of that just sitting by the fire, playing tunes. And the song I'm going to sing of his is Rocking Chair, which, funnily enough, it was one of the songs of Hoagy Carmichael's that I liked less than others. There's something about the way he plays the piano with it all slightly smooths it out, and then there's a jokey version. I think he does it with Louis Armstrong. It was originally I think it was originally an instrumental like Stardust. I've got just a jazz version of it. And then I saw Eric Clapton do a version of it with a guitar, and it was one of those rare occasions where a guitar version of a piano song just sort of brought up the bluesiness and also the slight sinisterness of this song. There's something quite creepy about this song. It's not entirely straightforward, this song. So the great Hoagy Carmichael, his favourite songs of mine are the ones he did by himself. Of course, he's done wonderful songs like Stardust and with the capital. My Resistance Is Low. I mean, just wonderful songs. And as I say, I love it when he sings them. He brings a brilliant. Sometimes, the Nat King Cole versions of things, they're too sentimental for me. But when he does it, he brings this little bounce. So Hoagy Carmichael, any songwriter out there, study Hoagy Carmichael, because he is, in his effortless way, is absolutely amazing. So thank you, Hoagy Carmichael, and apologies for ripping you off with 40 Degrees. And this is Rocking Chair, for which he wrote both the tune and the lyrics. Old rocking chair's got me came by my side. Fetch me that ginseng, for I tan your hide. Ain't got no cabin, ain't gone nowhere. I'm just sitting here grabbing at the flies round my rocking chair. Remember old Aunt Harriet? How long in heaven she'd be. Send down your chariot for the end I see. Old rocking chairs got me. Judgment Day is almost here, and I'm chained to my old rocking chair. Ain't got no cabin, ain't gone nowhere. Just sitting here grabbing at the flies round my rocking chair. Old Aunt Harriet, how long in heaven she be? Send down that chariot, the end of my troubles I see. That old rocking chair's got me. Judgment Day is almost here, and I'm chained to my old rocking chair. Yes, I'm chained to my old rocking chair. Rocking Chair by Hoagy Carmichael, one of my musical heroes. There's a picture of him with a trilby, a cigarette, so cool. And of course he appeared in lots of films, so you can see him on YouTube in all sorts of clips. Never less than totally cool. Thank you, Hoagy Carmichael, and apologies for ripping you off. That's my confession for the week. Your comments and thoughts, criticisms would be very welcome as ever. Next week I have another confession, another little bit of thievery to own up to, and I look forward to seeing you then.